A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everyone, welcome to A+ English. I'm Kat.
And I'm Laura.
And today we are talking about an article which has a really unbelievable title, but you might agree. Taiwan is a living hell for pedestrians.
100%.
Yeah, I agree with this too. Yeah, living hell, which means it's like really, really scary. So we are going to talk about why that might be the case. But first we have a warm-up question. What can you do to stay safe when you cross the street?
Okay,
what do you do?
Remember, don't use your cell phone while walking or crossing the street.
No.
For me, I
only
don't...
just look.
I'm so scared when I cross the street here in Taiwan. I wasn't like that before in Australia.
Yeah. So even when you have the light,
I would stay close to someone I know in Taiwan, and then I would run super fast when I see the green light.
I kind of do like a walk run usually. Yeah. So in the US, they tell kids, look left, look right, and then cross. No, in Taiwan, you have to look left, look right, look left, look right, look left, look right, run.
Or for me, I'll look left, look right, and I don't know how to cross the street.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of scary because drivers don't stop here. Actually, the law says at a crosswalk, you have to stop if there's somebody there, but nobody does it. Almost nobody does it.
Yeah.
And so, guys, you can tell your parents, if they're on a scooter, they have to stop if people are on the crosswalk, really.
Or you'll kill someone.
Yeah, or you can get fined. You can get money that you have to pay. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but we're talking today about why is it such a problem and what are people doing to try and make it better? Because the government is trying to do some stuff to make it better. I really hope it works, but we're going to explore that today. So let's get in the article and we'll talk about it a little bit more.
Taiwan is a living hell for pedestrians. Warm-up question. What can you do to stay safe when you cross the street?
Taiwan's streets are dangerous for pedestrians. Often, drivers don't obey traffic lights or give pedestrians the right of way. Last year, 2,962 people died in traffic accidents in Taiwan. That's 12.67 deaths per 100,000 people, about 6 times higher than in Japan. Many deaths happened on large roads, but even sidewalks aren't safe.
Our article starts out right with the point. Taiwan's streets are dangerous for pedestrians. It's true. If you're a pedestrian, which means you're walking around the city, it can be feeling really dangerous. Even today, when I came here, I was on a street with no sidewalk, and trucks and scooters go by me, and I'm like, oh, I don't like it. I actually joke that I expect to get hit by a scooter driver one time, and I will get, a lot of insurance money. And there have been times when I got hit once very softly while on a bicycle, and another time I got off a bus and almost got run over.
Oh no!
It was really scary. How about you? What examples have you seen? Have you been in danger before?
Not so dangerous because I'm super careful. I'm a chicken.
Oh my God.
Okay, so when I first came back to Taiwan from Australia, I couldn't cross the street because I was so scared I would get run over by scooters or cars. Call me chicken or whatever, but I don't want to die.
Yeah, of course not. Nobody does.
Now, in a way, it's a good thing that I don't know how to ride a scooter or drive a car. Because the scooters in Taiwan are super crazy.
Yeah, really. Scooter drivers in Taiwan, I feel like, are very unsafe.
And I think if I could drive, I probably would have car accidents or I would bump into scooters all the time because they're really close to cars.
Yeah, I don't drive here either. I know how to drive, but I only drive in the US.
I'm going to explain this word a bit because it might be a little bit difficult for you guys. Pedestrian. 其实就是行人 and it's a noun. 那猜猜看斑马线的英文除了 zebra crossing, 没错，我们还可以用这个字就是 pedestrians crossing, 就是给行人走的啦。
Yeah, so pedestrians, anybody who's walking or just like maybe you have like your pet or you have your baby in a stroller, those are pedestrians. So anybody who's not using a vehicle like a bike or a car or scooter, that's pedestrians. The article says often drivers don't obey traffic lights or give pedestrians the right of way. Right of way is when somebody who is walking is supposed to go in front of the cars. Any zebra crossing, pedestrians actually do have the right of way, but cars don't let them go. Yeah.
Totally. This is why I'm so scared of crossing the street. Now, in Australia, I could walk super slowly and I was never afraid of being run over by cars.
And in the US, it's the same way.
Really? Nice.
For my hometown, at least, yes. Yeah, but it can be really unsafe here. Last year, 2,962 people died in traffic accidents in Taiwan. Yikes. And you think about most people, or at least a lot of people, are taking public transportation. They're on buses, they're on the MRT. But even with that number, that's a lot of people who died. And that's not even just injuries. There's a lot more people injured. It's still less than the US because everybody drives in the US, but like it's too many people.
Yep. All I can say is I love MRTs. Thank you.
Me too. And cycling and buses. That's what I do all the time.
Well, we did mention the word accident, so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about different types of accidents. We have traffic accidents, like car accidents or motorbikes, motorcycles or scooters. Yeah. And of course, you could have road accident or traffic accident. And of course, skiing accident, which happens like at a sport event.
When you're skiing, you can run into a tree or fall down a hill or something like that.
Yeah, I think you can have a lot of accidents when you are playing sports.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Okay, and home accidents. Now, these are like maybe you burned yourself or cuts. Ooh, like when you're cooking.
When you're cooking,
Yeah, or basically you fall and slip.
Yeah, and that can be really dangerous too. So
for
anything,
old people too.
Yeah, when you get hurt, or you don't even have to get hurt. It's just if you fall or like somebody bumps into you and it's not, they didn't mean to. That's an accident. Yeah. So how many? It's like 2,962, I think, people died last year. That's 12.67 deaths per 100,000 people. About 6 times higher than in Japan. And Japan has a lot of cars and a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe it's because of the scooters. The number of scooters here in Taiwan, there are way more.
There's too many.
So that's a lot of people and the number doesn't sound good.
Yeah, and I think of very recently in Taichung, there was a mom and her baby son who were crossing the street. They got hit by a bus.
Yeah, that one I remember as well.
That was so sad. And it shows like this is the kind of problem that people have. So the article says many deaths happened on large roads, but even sidewalks aren't safe. I know, I think if I leave my apartment, scooter drivers go down the sidewalk all the time. And there are scooters parked on the sidewalk so much that you can't even walk. Like that, many sidewalks in Taiwan are like that. Yeah, and it's really dangerous for like people in wheelchairs, people with kids, little kids themselves, and the police almost never do anything.
Where are you,
The problem
guys?
is too big. Yeah.
Exactly. I always worry for people in wheelchairs and kids, like what you said. I always turn around to check if there are scooters behind me when I walk on sidewalks.
Anytime I'm on a sidewalk, I look left and right.
Yeah.
Where do you have to look left and right on a sidewalk?
They're for us to walk on.
I know. Yeah, so that's the first part of the article. We talk about like that's how many people have died. Only just died, not even been hurt, just died in traffic accidents. And that's really terrible. So we're going to continue with the article in just a bit, but we're going to take a look at the next section now.
To fix this, Taiwan is increasing fines for failing to yield to pedestrians. The fine for car and truck drivers will increase to 3,600 NT dollars. Before, car drivers' biggest fine was 2,000 NT dollars, and truck drivers was 2,800 NT dollars. The fine for scooter drivers will stay the same at 1,200 NT dollars. This change is just one action toward making roads safer.
All right, we're back. So we saw that this is a really big problem, but they're doing something about it. The article says to fix this, Taiwan is increasing fines for failing to yield to pedestrians.
Nice! Finally!
Thank
Hopefully.
goodness.
This will protect more people.
Yeah, but they actually have to give the fines to people. That's what I'm worried about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fix is here used as a verb, but it's not like to fix a car or a machine or a computer. 这里不是修理哦 ，fix 在本课是解决的意思。It's to sort out the problem or to resolve a problem. And fine, it's not I'm fine, thank you 那个 fine. Fine 这里是罚金、罚款，它是一个名词。fail to do something 就是未能做到什么事情，而 yield to 这个片语就是让道。So basically, Taiwan is raising the penalties for not giving way to people who are walking.
Right. So if a scooter driver like almost hits you when you're on a zebra crossing, the police can can tell them you have to pay me money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's not enough, but still. The article says the fine for car and truck drivers will increase to 3,600 NT dollars.
Oh.
Do you think it is enough? What was it before? It still seems kind of low.
I think before it was somewhere between 1,200 to like that number, 3,600 NT dollars, depending on how serious it is.
Yeah.
To me, I think 3,600 sounds low. I mean, think about it. It can cause serious injuries and even deaths, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to find out what was the fine before in the next part of the article.
Yeah, so the article says before, car drivers' biggest fine was 2,000 NT dollars and truck drivers was 2,800.
Yeah, that's like the biggest fine.
In the US, that's not even $100. That would not deter many people. That would be like, it's a cost of driving a car. Like, no, that's not okay.
Yeah, so I can see why car and truck drivers might not care so much about getting fined then. 2,000 sounds low.
It's very easy to afford for most people. If you can afford a car, you can afford a fine like that. It needs to be higher. So here's the part I don't like so much. The article says the fine for scooter drivers will stay the same at 1,200 NT dollars. That's really
Is that
low.
fair though?
I don't
I think they're
so.
just as dangerous as cars.
I think it should be as much because scooter drivers are often acting less safe because they think they can go around anyone anywhere. Car drivers, at least they know that their car is big.
Right.
And they usually are like a little more careful. Scooter drivers are not careful. So if I'm comparing it to another place, in the US, if you hurt someone by failing to yield to them, they take your driver's license for 1 month. Why don't they do that here?
Exactly. I also find scooter drivers more dangerous. I get super scared even when I'm inside a car.
Yeah.
Because I think like scooter drivers, they get super close to cars and not to mention pedestrians.
Yeah, like when I got off that bus, the scooter driver was this close to me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was super scary. So that's one thing I think they should have changed the scooter fees to. I think they need to. But anyway, the article goes on and says this change is just one action toward making roads safer. We're talking about like the increasing the fines for cars and trucks. That is a good change.
Okay, but to be honest, I still don't think raising the fines for car drivers not yielding to pedestrians would make roads safer because some drivers may still choose to violate the law and pay the fine instead. Like what I said, because it's only $2,000 or probably less. And also the root cause of the problem is not addressed, which is lack of respect and consideration for pedestrians in the driving culture.
Yeah. And I always wonder why that is. Yeah, I think that is the main problem. And I think even the city design, sometimes the intersections where you can cross, they're not designed very well. And it makes it unsafe for people.
Exactly.
And so I think they need to work on redesigning the traffic in Taipei, in Taichung, in other places, even in the countryside. It would really help.
Yeah, I hope the government is watching our show.
Yeah, please, guys, you have to do more. This is not enough.
We don't want to die.
Yeah, we don't want to die. Nobody wants that. So yeah, anyway, that's what we've got for the article, but Laura still has more to teach you with word power words today, and then we'll go to our review time. So let's take it from Laura.
大家是不是对今天的主题很有感呢？那你们还记得我们提到哪些单字吗？像是 obey 这个动词就是有遵守、服从，那常见的搭配词有 obey the law 或是 obey the rules， 就是要遵守法律或是规则，或者是 obey your parents， 就是要乖乖的听爸妈的话。那它的相反词是什么呢？就是 disobey， 不听话，不服从。我们来看一下单字例句的用法。You have to obey the teacher or you will get in trouble。你要服从老师的话，否则你会惹上麻烦哦。再来就是 accident 这个字，它是个名词，有意外啊、事故。最常见的搭配的就是 car accidents 车祸，或者是 traffic accident 就是交通事故。举例来说 ，George is in the hospital because he broke his leg in a motorcycle accident。George 现在在医院里，因为他在一场机车事故中摔断了他的一条腿哦。那再来就是我们刚刚有提到的人行道，还记得它的英文是什么呢？就是 sidewalk， 这是个名词。像是呢 ，The children were playing hopscotch on the sidewalk。孩子们在人行道玩这个跳房子，小时候应该有玩过吧？单字例句怎么用呢？ There wasn't a sidewalk, so we had to walk on the road。这里没有人行道，所以我们得走在马路上。再来就是 increase 这个动词，就是增加、上升。那的相反词注意一下哦，是 decrease。OK， 那常见片语有什么呢？答案就是涨价、价格上升 ，increase in price， 或者是什么呢？这个是蛮正面的 ，increase your knowledge， 增加你的知识。比方像说，我认为呢 ，traveling and experiencing different cultures can broaden your perspectives and increase your knowledge。我觉得每次我去旅行啊，或是体验不同的文化，就可以扩展一个人或是你的视野，并且增加你们的知识哦。来看一下单字例句 ：We have a bigger school now, so we can increase the number of students。我们学校现在的规模比较大，所以我们可以增加学生的数量。好啦，那刚刚呢，我们是不是有提到倍数的表达方式？这里就来延伸补充。当我们说2倍是什么呢？就是你可以用 twice 或是 two times twice， 没错，就是子瑜的那个团体哦。那如果是3倍或是3倍以上，我们只要用数字加上 times 来表示，像是 three times, four times 就是3倍啊、4倍，以此类推。那如果你要说 A 比 B， 比如说高几倍或是多几倍，我们要用这个句型，主词加 be 动词或者是一般动词，然后接像是刚刚提到的two times or three times， 然后形容词加 er then blah blah blah。我们来举个例子，可能比较清楚哦。My new apartment is 3 times bigger than the old one。所以这里的 bigger 就是比较级嘛。我的新公寓比旧的大3倍哦。Let's now go to our review time.
Review time.
All right, we are here for our review time. We have our word power words. We have obey, accident, sidewalk, and increase. So I thought we should do some fill in the blank.
Okay.
Kind of guess the sentence. So I'm going to say the amount of homework is blank in schools. So students are even more busy.
应该是越来越多的功课吧 OK, increasing.
Yes, it is.
Yay.
Probably. I don't know. I hope not.
No.
But maybe it's, you know.
I don't want to do my homework.
I don't want to do more homework either.
Okay, what about this? I see people walking their dogs on the blank by my house every day.
Well, nobody wants to walk their dog on the road. And you don't say on the park, you say in the park. So I think it's on the sidewalk.
And park is not a word powered.
Yes, it's on the sidewalk. People walk their dogs on the sidewalk. Woohoo!
Yay!
All right, so that's what we've got time for today, and that means we are done with our article. We hope you've learned something about Taiwan's traffic problem and what they're doing about it. We hope they can do even more.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so for A+ English, I'm Kat.
And I'm Laura.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Magic Box.
Hello， 大家好，我是艾赛。今天的这个文章呢，在讨论呢，台湾的道路就是真的非常的危险哦。外国媒体呢，甚至评论台湾的道路对于行人来说是活生生的地狱。那大家在过马路的时候，真的记得要停看停。在过马路的时候呢，也不要边玩手机哦。好啦，那回归到今天的这个主题呢，像在今天的文章中有提到 ，To fix this, Taiwan is increasing fines for failing to yield to pedestrians。表示的意思就是，为了解决在台湾的这些交通危险哦，台湾正在提高未让路给行人的这个罚款。那这句中的这个 fix 作为一个动词呢，其实它要表示有解决的意思哦。像是我们可以来造一个例句式看看哦。To fix this problem, you can ask Johnny for help。为了解决这个问题呢，你可以向 Johnny 呢寻求帮助。那 fix 其实它也可以有表示有修理的意思哦。其实呢，就等于一个比较难一点点的字，就是 repair。像是呢 ，My brother helped fix my computer， 指的意思就是呢，我哥哥帮我修电脑。那在前面提到的这个课文里面，其实我们有提到 failing to yield to pedestrians， 而其中的这个 fail to 后面我们加上一个动词，就有表示呢未能做到某件事情的意思。像是呢 ，Tom failed to handing his report on time，so he was flunked。Tom 呢就是未能及时缴交他的报告，所以呢就是他被当掉了。那 fail 其实它也有表示有未能达到或者是没有及格的意思哦。像是呢 ，My sister failed her English test， 我妹妹呢就是的这个英文考试是不及格的。或者呢 ，Amy failed her driving test last week，Amy 上周的这个驾照考试呢就是没有通过。好啦，那今天这个 Magic Box 我们就到这边了，我们下次见，拜拜。